Hi Libra, how are you? I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm not really here. I'm on vacation and this is your pre-recorded, pre-uploaded scheduled video for while I'm away. I'm up north. Just vacationing, spending time with my son, just being a mom and having fun the last couple weeks of August. So, because this is a vacation reading, it kind of goes wherever it wants to go. And I'm on the floor right now. I'm sitting on the floor. I was just tired of sitting in the chair at the desk. I needed a different spot to sit. It's really nice outside, but I couldn't sit outside today because someone is doing construction. Sorry, I was just looking to make sure I put the mic there right. Someone's doing construction. It's kind of noisy. So, what I have for you guys, I have a whole bunch of different oracle decks. That was just what I decided I needed to do. I have 7 oracle decks, and I have one teeny tiny tarot deck in case I want to clarify something. So I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to close my eyes, and I'm just going to move my hand and figure out where I should pick up. Like if I get, ooh, oh yeah, okay. So the Archangel deck, it was almost like my hand felt cold going over that deck. So let's see what comes out. This is just what this is. It's a vacation reading. And there's a message here for Libra from an Archangel. So we're going to start with that. Oh, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus, because there's always some love. With me, Cindy. And I don't know. Oh, this is for, I have a list here. August the 14th is when this comes out. But it's like whenever you get it, right? So whenever you get it, there's a message for you. And this one's really fun and intuitive. Oh, so one of the cards flipped. What do we have? I'm going to show it to you and then I'll read it. So you have moon cycles, Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize on these cycles. When I first got this deck and I was doing daily cards with this, like pulling a daily card for myself, I got this card a lot. It's kind of neat, isn't it? The concept of that. And one of the things I learned about it too was you can go on to, there's charts online that you can go to and they'll tell you what the cycle of the moon was in when you were born. So I was born on a new moon, which means like it's good for me to start things on a new moon. It sort of harnesses my energy, but that's sort of recognizing what moon cycles you're sort of in tune with. Okay, so that was an Archangel. So let's move the decks around. I'm just gonna move them around. I'm doing like a little scattery scootery here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna move my hands over the deck and I'm just gonna see what I feel like okay, that was pretty quick. Okay, so this is the Awakening of Spirit deck. Wow, and that came out really fast. Ooh, Celestial. Celestial energy around you. Isn't that interesting? Because you just have the moon cycle. So I sort of feel like this is a deeper reading about, you know, understanding your own energy and how the energy of the moon and other celestial bodies, in a sense, affect you. You know, like when Mercury's in retrograde and all sorts of crap is coming out in your life. Well, that certainly happened for Libra back in the Mercury retrograde. I think that happens again October 31st. It's retrograding again. Something is in Scorpio. I think it's in, yeah, that would be Scorpio anyways. So Celestial. Let's pull out a card. I'm going to pull out a tarot for Celestial. Ooh, what comes out? Oh, wow. The Hierophant energy. This was a tough card for Libra. I mean, typically, well, this is the Taurus card. So this is the Taurus card in the tarot. Like in a lot of readings, I mean, if it comes up in a love and a relationship reading, To me, it's like marriage. This is the marriage card. I mean, it's sort of what's going on here. There's two people bowing in front of this priest. They're taking their vows. They're making a commitment to one another, and I just like, what's the term that I want to use? In the eyes of the public, like just out in the open, they're making that commitment in public. So, you know, but this isn't that kind of reading. So the Hierophant is also about like institutions, things that run our world. I mean, just anything. It can be something as basic as, well, as obvious though, as a church. A church is an institution. Schools are institutions. The whole political government is an institution. Like anything like that, right? That is basically funded by public money. And a church is the same way. People make donations and they pay them exuberant amounts of money. They don't necessarily deserve. I shouldn't have said that, sorry. But it's institutions. And I think there's a lot of that was going on with Libra. Like some of the stories that came through from before were painful. And they had, you know, things that were bad stuff that happened to people, happened in some institutions. So getting your power back is a little bit what this reading feels like, right? With understanding your moon cycles, the celestial card coming out, where do you hold your power? How can you be your strongest? When is it the best time for you to take on maybe heavier or more persistent or resistant energy? Like the Hierophant card is Taurus, and Taurus is very resistant. Imagine a bull standing in a field with, boom, both feet planted in the ground. You cannot move. You cannot move that bull. Well, unless, you know, it's pretty hard. Even if you've got one of those rings in its nose, still, it's not going to move. So it's understanding your energy and how your cycle, what cycles you're strongest in, for starting new ventures, for ending old ventures. Check out when you were born. You just have to go in, you type in the day and year you were born, and sort of like the location, general, and it'll tell you what stage the moon was. So my son was a full moon when he was born, and boy, it affects him. I didn't sleep for 3 years on full moons. Like, he was always up too on a full moon. It was crazy. But anywho, so that was that. Now let's, we're getting down here. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. So I'm going to move the cards around again. Let me see. I have a feeling I know which deck is calling me. But let's just see what happens. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to put my hands over them again and feel the energy. You guys can do this too with stuff. You can feel the energy coming off of different things, right? So, good. Yeah, okay. That's not the one I thought it was going to be. So this is Animal Spirit deck. So let's see what message you get for Animal Spirit. This is kind of fun. This is like vacation, right? It's like if we were just hanging out together. My parents' place where I'm at, they have a big old games room upstairs. It's all sorts of stuff up there. They've also got like red, orange shag rug from the 1960s. So it's like, it's really funny. But yeah, I love it. I love the space. And I sort of feel like we're just like hanging out in the games room. It's the summer. We're just pulling cards, see what's coming out. So you got Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, it does. Libra definitely knows that. After everything that you guys have been through, so many of you. Let's pull a tarot card, shall we? It's vacation. There's no rules. Just do it. Why you gotta bring that up again, Spirit? Why you gotta bring that up? We're trying to move past that, you know. The reading we had last week, Cosmic Egg, you guys had. That was such a sweet reading. I love that. That's too many cards. Well, yeah, that's a lot of cards. let's keep it simple, okay? Let's keep it simple, Spirit. It's vacation. I'm doing these videos on top of the ones that I regularly do already. So can we keep it simple? I'm trying to keep it light. Like, but the last time I did like pre-recorded, I burned myself out. I got so sick. It was also the week I did your video, that hard one. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Aw. So life stings, but with the Queen of Cups, remember that the universe is based on love and that love is all around you and your deeper feelings are the most important thing. One of the most important things about you. The Queen of Cups, or chalices. A chalice. I want to pull another one. I don't know why, I'm just being told to pull. Oh, 2 came out. Oh, the Queen of Swords. You know how important, this is your energy, Libra. The Queen of Swords. This is like your energy, how important it is to speak your truth. Speak your truth. Don't hold it back. You have 2 queens, deep feelings. Really, really about the feelings you have about your truth, expressing your truth, the feelings of love that you have, expressing those, understanding them. And then the second one was the Star. See, now you're moving out of that energy, whatever that was in the past. Now it's like about making those wishes come true. Having the ability to get your mindset into a space. I just have to change my legs a bit. To change your, there we go. To change your mindset and your feelings to a point where you can make dreams and wishes, right? I hope I don't pull the cord. Get my leg over here. Go. Okay. Whew, good thing I did my stretches this morning. All right. Okay, why am I shuffling that one? We did that one. I just was inclined to look at the bottom of this deck and we have the piggy. Use your mind wisely. Libra. Air sign, which is all about thinking, right? Swords. Don't overthink it, Libra. Use it wisely and then move on. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, 12 minutes. Okay, so I'm my hand over the cards again. Oh. Ooh, the Goddess deck. We got the Goddess deck. Let's see what the Goddesses have to say to you. What do the Goddesses have to say to Libra? It's such a new perspective here. Isn't it great when you change where you sit? Okay, well, there's a lot of cards, but it's 4, you know. I just had this vision. It's like, you know, I'm sort of at the point where I think if I had an office again, I never really had an office. I had a cubicle at one point, and I worked on the road a lot. I had to fly around to different places, do like food safety audits and train employees and whatnot. So I never really had my own office. I had a cubicle. But if I had an office, you know, sometimes I think I would just sit on the ground and work because it opens your mind up. Like you just look at everything differently. Maybe there's a message in that for someone, but it really does. It sort of expands your thinking. Like I literally shifted myself 5 feet over onto the ground and that's it. But I can see the tree in a whole new way. I can see the room in a whole new way, actually. It just sort of awakens you up in a sense, right? Which is really important. Because when you sit at a desk all the time, all those emails you're reading, phone calls, you're stuck there. Go sit on the ground. Sit on the ground and think outside of the box. Spider Woman, co-creation, yes, with spirit. With your deeper spirit. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting that message. You know, the connection you have between your mind, your heart, and your soul. That kind of co-creation. Yes, yes. I love this message, especially with the moon cycles and the celestial. Radical acceptance. Oh, this is a hard one. Some of you might have trouble with this card. This is a hard one. I'm going to tell you what it is. So the radical acceptance card is recognizing and acknowledging that there is good in the bad and bad in the good, right? Some of the bad that some of you guys have gone through, even I have trouble recognizing the good. But I guess you could say whatever it is, no matter how bad it is, you've survived it and you're moving forward each day, one day at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 minute, 1 hour. You're moving forward. So the good can be that simple within the bad, that you survived it and you're moving forward. And then as time goes by, you can develop a different perspective. What I've done here, just changing my position in this room, develop a different perspective as time goes by and start to see, you know, the changes it made in you and how that's helped you move forward in life. But yeah, this card is literally about looking at and realizing that there's good in the bad and bad in the good. Pona, wise leadership. I really like this card. This is pretty cool. She's a real leader in herself, is she not? Get the confidence. The confidence, the outer and inner beauty that comes out because she's her leader. She's her own leader. She is doing her own thing. So, you know, like even the guys, like coming to this reading, just because I've got a goddess deck, it doesn't mean that these messages aren't for you. They're absolutely they're for everyone. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us. And then the last one is Skuld, the future. This card is a bit about playing with time and the concept of time. If you, this is a good example. I like this. So, you know, this infinity symbol, if I put it here, it's the infinity symbol. You know, like, it just never ends. There's no beginning, there's no middle, there's no end. The only thing that really is here and now. And then that's gone. And it's here and now. Like, it's just... But with Skuld in the future and the whole concept of time, you know, I always like to say it, time is not linear. We kind of think it is. Like, it's just... In this sort of 3D world, we've made it out that it is linear. But what really is the passage of time? Like, you can't hold time. You can't watch time move by. You can't even feel time, right? Like, you could say that, actually, yeah, if you've ever felt time, please let me know. And don't say, yeah, it's my joints, it's my gray hair. That's just part of cellular degeneration or the inability for the cells to produce, reproduce in a certain way. Well, I guess, yeah. So you would say, well, that's time, or is that use, or is that... Why does time have to go by if, like, really, I have a trouble with the concept. I've started wearing a watch again because I'm like, I don't know, I guess I should know what time it is. I kind of like not knowing what time it is. But then I found, you know, yeah, I think it's better to have a bit of a concept of what time it is. Just because I am here in the 3D world. So in the 3D world, yeah, we have time. But, you know, one of the indications to me that time is not really real, the whole concept of it, was when I had a kid. And he's a smart cookie. Like, my kid's pretty smart. Every parent's going to say that my kid's really smart. No, actually, he was. Like, he surpassed all his milestones, like, according to the doctor's appointments and that. He was always way behind it, way ahead in hitting his milestones and all of that. And, like, he could read early, he could talk, crawl, do everything early. But time, boy, and he's not the only kid that I've noticed has a big problem with understanding the concept of time, which tells me it's not naturally within us. It feels like it's something that somebody made up 10,000 years ago, and we're all like, oh, okay, sure, let's go with that. But, you know, there's so many things that kids can grasp the concept of so much faster than adults. If it's something that adults never been introduced to, and it's something that a kid's never been introduced to, the kid will grasp it so much faster than the adult will. And just because the adult's mind has sort of been programmed to a certain extent and, you know, has its own belief system. But a child's mind is very open, and to me, it's very strongly still connected to its original source, like the cosmos, the energy of the universe. And they don't get time. Like, they just don't get time. So I remember observing that in my kid, and then I started watching for it in other kids, and I thought, yeah, like, none of these kids get time. It takes them forever to really get time. And I mean, he's getting it now, and he can tell time, but there's still aspects of it, and I can't remember what it was, but he was in grade 3 last year, and the teacher did something with them with time, and he had it, and then she went on to the next level. He did really bad, and I talked to him about it. I'm like, wow, these are really bad marks. What's going on with you with this test? And he just said, I don't know, I don't understand it, Mom. So I happened to run into his teacher, I think maybe the next day or 2 days later, when I was lunch monitoring. And I had mentioned to her that I was working on it with him at home with the time, and she lent me this cool little, she's great. She was nice, actually. She lent me this little clock she made out of like cardboard with little moving hands. And then, but she said to me, she said, you know what? Usually they don't get this till grade 4. I just introduced it early, and pretty much the whole class couldn't grasp it. So she said, don't worry. Like, it's not like he's got like some kind of fault in his brain. She didn't really say that. It's just what I'm thinking. But it's a good thing I'm not a teacher. I would probably say things like that. Your kid has a fault in their brain. They just don't get it. But no. So yeah, like, even there's still parts of time that even 8 and 9-year-olds are still not getting. Like, that's how long it takes to program the human mind onto the concept of time. So where was I going with this? So time is not linear, and it's so hard because once you've been programmed, once the program is in place, the programming is in place, it's hard to rewrite that script. So the best way to describe it, which is probably still confusing, is when you look at your past, your present, and your future. If this is how time works, if you can change your present, you not only change your future, but your past. And if you can change your future, you can change your present. It's pretty freaky, but that's what this card is about. The future. Well, for me anyways. I don't know, someone's going to put in the comments who has this deck. This card actually means this. You can still do that. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I'm just a little bit of a, I'm a button pusher sometimes. But it's all in fun. It's literally just to have fun. I know I made a comment. I was in an Aquarius video because someone came in and I honestly thought it was kind of funny and silly at the same time. Someone didn't like that the video was for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus, because only a true Aquarian who was born under this, whose sun is in Aquarius, can really understand the mind of an Aquarian. So this video should be for nobody except a true Aquarian. I thought that was so funny. I was like, oh, this person is crazy. Like, come on. It's, you know what, really, it's for whoever comes to the video. And I love so many of you actually watch all my videos. My God bless you. Really. That's amazing. I don't know anyone actually in my life, including myself, who can handle that much of Cindy. So that's amazing. You're amazing to be able to do that. Those of you that do that. What was I saying? Yeah, so they watch. Oh yeah, so the video is really for everyone. Anyway, so then, so I made a comment about it in the next video. I'm like, this is for anyone. Seriously, like, come on. Don't be telling people what they can and cannot watch or what should and should not resonate with them. Because that's what this person was kind of doing, right? So, I had to make a comment on it. It was just like, I am an Aries. If you're going to push, I'm going to push back. That's just how I play. So, but then sometimes, yeah, you know what, go ahead and push. Let's have a little fun here, right? It's all in fun. So, yeah, so then in the comments of that video, someone said, I don't think that you should engage or respond to negative comments like that, because it's just feeding them. I'm like, you don't get it. It's in fun. And you know what? When it is a negative comment, you got to have fun with it. Although, no, I didn't once. There was one that I shut right down. I did. I shut them right down. Your video is kind of going the way a lot of the other videos have gone this week. It's just like a little chitter chatter fest that I'm having between me and you. But no, there was one. They called me racist. I was like, what? Serious? Like, my son is butterscotch. I am racist? They said I was racist because I don't have the tarot deck in front of me here. It is full of like multicultural depiction. I love it. It's amazing. It really is. And it's amazing because, well, yeah. Everyone in this tarot deck is whitish yellow. So there's nothing, yeah, they're just white. They're all white. They're really all white. They're pretty much white. They're not even yellow. Some of their hair is yellow, but they're all white. So there's a lot of that in the tarot. There's a lot of that in the world, in North America. And but it's the Spellcasters Tarot. If you look it up, it is full of multicultural, and I don't just mean like black people and white people. I mean, they have Asian people and they have Indian people. Like, it's everything. At least, well, for the most part, it's every skin tone, let's just say, which is a nice change. So I was just making an observation about this on one of my videos a long time ago. I don't remember which one it was. Might have been a Gemini video, because Geminis would come out and just give me shit on something, but I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, so I do that too. And yeah, they went on and on. Like, you're so racist. You're hiding that because you think that this is you're so surprised that there's a deck that's multicultural. You from Canada. You live in a country that is full of multiculturalism. Like, you shouldn't be like, it was like this. I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? Seriously. I'm married to a guy from Guyana, and he's dark brown, and my son is butterscotch. Like, and just, I don't know. So anyways, I shot that one down. I did shoot that comment down, and I challenged them. And I was, yeah. But most of the time, it's just in fun. It's just in fun. But I don't know where I was going. Should we do one more card? We're almost at 30 minutes of my jibber jabber. I think you've had some nice messages, though, because I think it was Aries and Taurus. It just went into jibber jabber, complete. But there was stories there. What was the story with Taurus? Aries was a story about my childhood and a principal who had like amazing positive effect on my life. Actually, no, I didn't go into what he did. Yeah, that's very private. I can't talk about that without getting all teary, because he was amazing. He changed how an entire school like looked at me. I was at the office a lot. Let's just say that. You can't tell. I'm just like, but I'm just a free spirit. So yeah, back in the 70s, you were not allowed to be too free spirited. But this principal got it. He totally saw me for who I was, and he was like, yeah, he helped uplift me. And then he did it in a way that showed the entire school that he really had faith and confidence in me. And it just changed like all the other teachers' perspectives. The students really, I had my own friends. I didn't really care what but yeah, you know what? When you're sitting on the bench, the principal's office, like a couple times a day, and the teachers walk by and they see you, like, oh, Cindy, you're here again. Well, what did you do? Like, oh, just give me a break, man. So anyways, yeah, so I didn't really go into what he did. I cannot tell that story without getting teary, because it changed my life. He's amazing. I encourage you to go watch that Aries video. I do cry a little bit in it because he passed away. And there's so many synchronicities around that event. It's incredible, incredible. He was amazing. He was amazing. Mr. Hully, he was like an angel on earth, and now he's an angel in the cosmos. But what did Taurus go on about? Oh, Cindy in the tarot. That's my story of the tarot. So if you're bored out of your mind and you want some background information, you can go to the Aries and the Taurus reading for this week. But so I think I'm going to do one more card. You know what? I picked up the Shaman deck while I was talking. So somebody's telling me to just pull a final card for you. to finish my tangent of blibber blabber blah blah blah. I got sent to the office a lot just for talking all the time. I really did. That's one of the bigger reasons. And then just self-control. I still work on that a lot. I still work on that a lot. I'm just a big kid, really. I don't know if I want to grow up. I'm not ready to grow up. Other parts of adulting that I already do are just too much. I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. I want to just like, you know, live to your like 90, but in just the healthiest body that you can possibly have, that the earth will grant you. Just live as long as you can, but just enjoy every moment like you did when you got here as a kid. Yeah, that's the best. Just to take on that attitude and that freeness and that spirit. Oh, I'm not doing half the deck. You know what? There's a card on top telling me to stop and pull the card out on top. Ooh, the Sweat Lodge. Wow. That's kind of deep. Like, that's like really cleansing out crap, man. Cleanse it out. Verbal diarrhea. Just cleanse it out. Sweat it out. Go in there and have like, I don't think they had, the sweat lodges are mostly, I feel like, to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I am no expert in like Aboriginal culture at all, and I don't want to pretend that I am, not at all. But for some reason, I'm feeling like the sweat lodges are more like Aztec, South American, Aboriginal, maybe even like, you know, like Arizona, New Mexico, like more like the southern sort of area, as opposed to like here in Canada. I don't know if it ever got hot enough back then in a sweat lodge up here, but, well, with the fire, I don't know what they did. I really don't know. But for me, this is about that cleansing, right? It's about that cleansing. But I think they would also like take some stuff and be like doing a little trippy things, because they would get visions and whatnot, right? Do you know that there, in the Aboriginal culture, there's no such thing as mental illness. There's no such thing as mental illness. Actually, I don't want to get too far into it, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? That there's no such thing as mental illness. It's just different degrees of existence and gifts and, yeah, communication with spirit. So there you go. That's it. That's my vacation video for you, Libra. I hope you enjoyed hanging out on the floor with me and pulling cards. It was a good time. I'll see you next week. Thanks. If you've never been to my channel before, I do apologize. It's not always like this, but that was kind of fun, right? Like, we can't take life too seriously. We have to have fun. So, yeah, I will see you next week. Bye, Libra.